What's up, guys? Baker here. This is episode 3 of the breakdown of the hologram stuff. Unfortunately, last time my computer froze or shut down or something, and I didn't get to save what I had, so this is going to be duplicated from my old original Final Comp, but I deleted everything that we haven't done so far. So I got my footage here, I got the screen glass, the main text points, the shine source, which I was just about to do. Really quick, let me just go over the settings one more time. This is exactly what I used, so last episode they weren't exactly the same, but so here's our text. Just copy these material settings. Bevel backside, that's pretty normal, that's what we did. Diffuse color is just a dark blue. I think I changed that. Reflection a little bit up. Illumination, these should be all the same settings. I think the force opacity, I had it too low. We're going to keep it at 50. And do not bevel the back faces. It was a little bit too bright, so keep that off and just keep it like that. And we'll hit OK. So that's our main text. And then the points were actually a little bit different. If I go to scene setup, I took off the material and just resetted it. I think you can just go to reset and it'll be plain white or like a matte white. Just make sure you have bevel backside on. Diffuse, pure white, ambient pretty high up. Just you want like a pure white here. Pause the video if you want to copy any of these settings, but force opacity all the way up to 100 and draw the back faces so you can see through everything. So we get a bunch of these points. It's optional, but you can do wireframe, but I didn't really like the look of wireframe because of the curves and stuff. So point cloud is where we're going. We're going to hit OK. And then after the element, just apply a fill, just a blue fill, and we can add a glow and set to add and all that, and we get these kind of points. So that's looking pretty good. That's pretty much everything I've covered so far. Give me 1 second. I think I have to delete one more thing. Text, glow. No? Wait. There should not be. Alright. Well, I'm going to run through it. Run with it. Alright, so I left you with the shine source, right? So the values are a little bit different because this is a different project again, but we have the middle. Go to my tutorial called 2D values from 3D values and copy this expression. Boom. Copy. And what we're going to do, oops, wrong video. We're going to duplicate the main text and call this main text shine. And what we're going to do is, instead of trap code shine, I believe I use some kind of radial blur. Let's see if I can remember what it is. Let's start with CC radial blur. Apply that before the glow. And we're going to use a fading zoom, I believe. Now we need this 2D center to be the 3D position of the shine source. So what we're going to do is go back to the main text shine, alt click on the center, paste the expression we copied. Now the source layer name, we need to rename this to the shine source 1. So we're going to type shine source 1 and click away. Now we just need to turn up the amount. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to turn this up, except it goes the wrong direction. So we're going to set this negative, so maybe negative 150. We'll start with that. You can see the streaks are coming in towards the screen, so probably negative 250. So you can adjust this value how long you want these streaks to be, and if they look like they're too angled, we just take our shine source and push it below the screen. And you can see it kind of makes it more straight, and they are also longer, like they're almost touching the screen. So that's the kind of projection look we're going for. I'm also going to do the exact same thing for the points. So I'm going to duplicate the points, call this main text points shine, and we can just copy this shine, this radial blur, copy, and put it to this points shine after the fill, and paste. And it needs to be before the glow, so we should get some nice little streaks. You can play with the curves in the alpha channel to boost up the streaks a little bit, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let's also duplicate the main text and pre-compose this. We're going to call this, and we're going to move all the attributes. Yes, move all the attributes, and we're going to call this screen display. Okay, now something happened because we cannot find the layer main text points. Oh, I think I know why. It's because my text is all linked. I think, kitty, move! So this is all linked because if I wanted to move one shine, it would move the other, or the other text would move the other text and stuff. But just ignore all these expressions for now. What you're gonna do is just leave it how you had it, and yeah. So anyways, going back to the screen display, let's double click inside, and we get our text. So this is almost like we're looking straight on to the text from above the hologram, looking straight down onto the screen. So let's scrub through here, we get our little changing text, so that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is decrease the extrude a little bit first. So let's go to scene setup, click on the model, click on the material, and extrude this down to maybe 0.25. So it's really thin, pretty much just the text only. Same thing for the other one, the 3D. Bring it down, nice and thin. Okay, so basically we just get a thin looking text right here, and that looks pretty good right now. What I do need to do though is change the composition settings to the size of the iPhone screen, which I think we said was 960 by 640. Okay, and we also need to make sure the solid settings is also the same comp size. Okay, so there is our text. We're going to go back to our main composition, and we should have our screen display just right out in front, all boring and stuff. But let's turn it into a 3D layer, and we're going to try to put this right back to the where's my screen? I called it screen glass, by the way. So we have screen display and screen glass. So I need to move this up into the middle of the display of the glass and scale it up. Try to match the same exact size if you can. If not, it's okay because we have an alpha channel that we won't really see. And that looks good right there. And so let's unsolo everything. So if we look, we have our screen that says 3D or whatever is above, and it looks like it's being illuminated from the screen right here. So let's also change this to add. I don't like that black right there. That looks good. And let's also duplicate it to make it even brighter and add a small blur to the second one. So fast blur, maybe 5 pixels. So one underneath has it really sharp, and the second one is kind of blurred. And it's pretty cool because since this is a copy of our original main text, during the transition between the two groups, it'll show on the actual screen. So that's pretty cool. One thing I want to do really quick, I think the screen is a little bit too dark, and when it's flat it shows a reflection, which is nice. So what I want to do is go to the screen glass, scene setup, and change the Fresnel settings so that it shows reflection. Where's my glass? Let's check the environment real quick. Custom layer is not showing up. 1 second. Looks good. So scene setup. Come on. But I'm going to go and change the Fresnel. It's a little bit too high for reflection, so maybe 0.5. Okay. That's a little bit too much. So, oh, there it is. So, yeah, let's change that really quick. Reflection Fresnel 0.5, so maybe 0.8. So, kind of dark and then bright that way, so 0.9. Yeah. One is all the way dark, so maybe 0.95. So just adjust these settings however you want. That looks good. So we get some reflection, not too dark. Looks awesome. And we'll fix that finger in a second. Another way to make this reflection look real is to have a reflection of this element itself on the other side of the glass. So what we're going to do, let's duplicate the main text one more time. Rename this to main text. Nope. Reflection main text. Okay. So we need to push this in Z space on the exact opposite side. So right now, I think group. Let's go to world transform. There we go. So the position right now is negative 1460. That's pushed off of the screen. So let me actually delete that. And it needs to be positive 1460. So you can kind of see it on the other side of the screen, floating underneath the screen. It's a little bit slow to render, but that's what it looks like. We also need to rotate it back to match this rotation. So we're going to go and we can just use the world rotation. So the x-axis, remember we rotated it 30 degrees, so if I rotate it negative 30, it should be flat. But we need to rotate it another 30 so that it'll match this direction right there. So that looks good. I'm going to leave it. Let's duplicate this. So we have reflection main text shine. So we're also going to reflect the shine. So let's go to any shine layer, radial blur, copy this, reflection main text shine, close this, and let's paste the radial blur. Except the only thing we need to change is the shine source. Because this is a reflection, it's on the other side of the screen, we need to have a new shine source. So I'm going to duplicate this, just call it shine source 2, move it back to 0 on the z-axis, which should be directly on the screen. Okay, so if we go to reflection main text shine, the last one we were just working with, push U, ignore these expressions, but on the CC radial blur, you need to rename the shine source 1 to shine source 2. We should start to see streaks coming from the reflection to the screen like so. So again, it's a little bit too angled here. So the shine source 2, we're going to push it up closer to the original main text, because remember, shine source 1 is past the screen. Shine source 2 is going to be up off the screen to make the rays a little bit more what's the word, like straight towards the screen. So probably going to be the opposite of this. So let's try negative 1200. That looks pretty good right there. So let's zoom in here, see what we got. So we got our main 3D text with the streaks coming into screen display, and the reflection with the streaks coming into that display. Now, how are we going to fix all of this, you know, masking and everything? The easiest way to do it is to use the screen itself. Remember, the screen glass is just this layer. So what I want to do is have the reflection only show up when I can see this layer. So what I'm going to do is duplicate the screen glass. We're going to put this above each reflection. So the reflection main text shine, use the track matte of Alpha Matte, I believe. So if I turn this on, the rays will only show up when the screen shows up. So let's also duplicate the screen glass, put this above the reflection main text right here, and again we're going to use the Alpha Matte, and you'll see it'll cut off, if I turn it on, it'll cut off the text, the reflection, if it is outside the screen. So let's unsolder everything and take a look of what we got, and that looks pretty cool right there. A couple more things I want to go over. I also added, let me delete this, close this. I added a reflection of the finger when I tap right here. Boop. Now I did not use that when I uploaded. I think I mentioned that before. And my timer is done, so I will probably finish it up in one more episode. I'll go over this reflection, and I'll briefly mention how to fix the masking when my thumb covers the screen right here. That's kitty. That's pretty easy. I'll show a little bit of the chromatic aberration and stuff to make it a little bit more holography, and that's pretty much it being done. So one more episode, and that is it. Alright, so be sure to like and favorite the video. Kitty, I'm trying to talk here. Comment if you have any questions, hit me up on Facebook or Twitter, and that should be it. Alright, peace.